Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.
Hello all, welcome to PHN Technology Private Limited. In this session, we are going to learn about recursion. Now, we have learned about functions, how to declare it, how to call it, what are called by reference and everything. Now, here in functions, there is an important topic which is known as recursion. This recursion is used in many different data structures. For example, in backtracking. What is basically this recursion? Let's see through an example. Now here, you can see a car, but it is not a nominal car. It is a key car, that is a wind-up car. If you remember, in childhood, somewhere or other, you may have seen this type of car or these type of toys, right? What happens here? The moment I will rotate the key, see the key is rotating. There, what does it mean? I will rotate the key till the spring over there in the toy will get compressed completely. And the moment it will get compressed, the key will have no space to rotate like this. And now I will let it go. I will let the car go. It is going, but see, the moment the car is rotating, the key is also rotating, but in opposite direction, that is in an anti-clockwise direction. What does it mean? While it is moving, the spring is getting decompressed. Means the spring is coming up, right? And the moment the complete spring gets up, the car will stop and the key will stop rotating, the car will stop. See. This is how this toy car is working. Again, if I want to move this car, then what will I do? Again, I have to rotate the key and then it will move, and again so on. I have to repeat this process if I want to move this car. Similarly, in recursion also, what happens is, the recursion is nothing but the function which is called itself, the functions which call itself in its body. For example, here I have taken void fun function, and in its body only, in its scope only, I am again calling it. See, fun function. What I am doing, in function I am again calling it. Then what will happen here? It will firstly go read the fun function. It will go in the body and again it will find the fun over there. Again it will move to forward. Likewise, this is the same process which was happening with this wind up car. Again and again we have to give it, we have to compress the spring, then and then only it will work. Here also this is the same process. When it move forward, the moment it find the fun function, again it will go to back. Again same process. Okay, this is the recursion process which will happen. Now it is what was happening here. It is giving me a loop here. Right, again and again it is following. But remember, recursion is only and only applicable to a function. Okay, whereas iteration, in iteration also there is the same process, again and again it happens, but this iteration happens in loops, whereas in function recursion happens. This is the basic difference over here. Right, now let's see in coding how this recursion actually works. Okay, so here I have a basic structure. So first let's construct the function int fact int n. Okay, so here I will write if n is equal to 0, then return 0. Int is n is equal to 1, then return 1. Okay, and then this will be else if. Okay, what I am doing here, I am writing a code to find the factorial of a particular number which will be user defined. Okay, so now basically I know while finding the factorial, if 0 is there or 1 is there, the factorial of 0 and 1 is the number itself. So I don't have to write any of the expression for 0 and 1 because the result is itself only, and hence if the number is 0, then written 0 directly, and similar for 1. Now while finding a factorial, I know what is basically a factorial. Let's see, let's take an example like 3. Now I have given the 3 value. Now find the factorial of this. What will be your approach? 3 factorial is nothing but the number multiply the number which is -1, all the previous number, right? Like 3, what are the previous its number? 2 and 1, right? That is n minus 1, right? So here what will I do? 3 into 2 into 1, the answer is 6. So 6 will be the factorial here, right, of 3. This is the process of how we can consider a factorial of a particular number. So similarly I have to write an expression like that. So what will I do here? Else return n into fact n minus 1. See, here fact is my function and it is calling the function again in its body. Then what is it? This statement is giving me a recursion, because here I am calling the fact function in fact function scope itself, and hence it is here I am taking a recursion. Now let's write the complete program and then see the working of it. Okay, here I will initialize n. Okay, then printf, I have to take the value from user, so enter the number. Okay, then scan it, take the input %d comma %n. Okay, and again I will fact n. I will give the fact function to f variable and then I will directly print it. Okay, the value is %d. Here I will give f, and my f is showing error because I haven't initialized f. So here I will initialize it also. So this is my complete code. Let's save it and let's see the answer. Okay. Okay. Now again see, I am getting a warning over here, that is implicit declaration. Why? Because I haven't declared the function yet. So here I have to declare the function. Okay, that is int n. Here. Let's save this code. Delete this. Now it will run properly. Enter the number. Let's say 5. The value is 120. Means the factorial is 120. Right? So this is how you can work with recursion. But what exactly has happened in my code is, see, let's see. Here, firstly, enter the value, then it will go inside the function. Now see, it is not 0 value, it is not 1 value, just leave it out. Now see, in this next stage, in the expression, what is happening here is, here firstly n value is my 5, let's consider it, right? N value is equal to 5. Now again there I have given into fact n minus 1, but my n is 5. 5 minus 1, that is 4, right? So I will get this value 5 into 4 separately, that is 20. But again here the fact is called, that is a function is called, but now n value is what? 4, because it is minus n minus 1 is, right? So now fact value is 4 and again the function will go on. Now again see here it will be 4 into fact minus 4 minus 1, fact into 4 minus 1, that is 3. So here I will get again a separate value, and now again the fact n is what? My 3. So similarly till 1 I will get the factorial, and then after that I will get the final number, that is my 120. So this is the process how the recursion work and how you can process it, and how this actually works. Like if you call a function inside a function, then how will it work, right? Every time the variable gets changed, and hence the n value which is stored in my memory also gets changed. A new variable is stored every time the fact is called. Okay, so this was all about your recursion. So this was how your recursion works. Right? So this was all about today's session. Let's meet for next session. For now, goodbye and thank you.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.